The main reason why God wants to make us his disciple, the main purpose is our character. It's for us to be transformed. Transformation in your attitude, in your character, in your mentality, physical and spiritual, psychological. That is the main purpose. Every aspect of our lives being transformed as that of Jesus. So I'm going to briefly list some of the transformation we will experience as some of the characters. I'm going to list some of the characteristics we will experience as we come in contact with the Lord, as we are made or commissioned to be a disciple of Jesus. I'm going to list them, very few of them. Now, one of the characteristics is as a disciple of Jesus, God will make you to start listening to him. God is going to make you to start listening to him, and you stop listening to a man. Stop listening to every other thing that is distraction. You know, as we are on this earth, there is a lot of distraction. Online is a distraction. Immediately you open online, you need to open that, what you see, your mates, many things you see might begin to distract your mind from listening to God. You begin to say, oh, look at this person, look at how this person is, oh, look at what this person is doing. You keep looking at people, what they're doing, what they're into, what they're saying, their lives, and you forget yourselves. And you forget what? Even to listen to God to tell you about yourself and why you're on this earth. That is the main reason. That is the main character we are going to be transformed into. Listening to Jesus. Matthew 17:5. He said, while he was talking, a shining cloud came over them, and a voice from the cloud said, this is my own dear son, with whom I am pleased. Listen to him. You cannot be a disciple of Jesus without listening to Jesus. Listen is different from hearing. Listen, pay attention. Listen is different from hearing. You might be in his class and your teacher is teaching. You're hearing his voice, you're hearing what he says, but you're not listening, you're not paying attention. There's a lot of distraction. Listen. It's only when you listen you will understand. When your teacher now said, what did I say last? What did I say last? But you are there, moping, hearing. You're not listening to me. You're not paying attention. That is the one thing disciples of Jesus must be transformed into. Learning how to listen to God. Paying attention. Focusing on Jesus alone. Paying attention to hear. To get to what the understanding. To get what he's telling you. I tell you that disciples of Jesus, as they gathered, and every time Jesus went out and spoke parables to the multitude, they hear him, but they are not listening because they are distracted. The reason why they came to this man is for miracles. This one happened. Their desires are more than what the Lord brings to them. That's why they cannot listen to him. And he brings disciples inside and begin to explain. Take them away from the crowd. Did you see it? So that's what the Lord does. That's the main thing Jesus always do to you as you encounter him and want to become his disciple. Before he will commission you to be his disciples, these are the things he's going to transform you into. He will take you away from a distraction, from crowd, then make you to listen to him so that any other voice you will not hear. Voice of your family, voice of your husband, voice of your wife, voice of your neighbors, your friends, market voice, online voices, you will not hear them. So you will not get distracted. This is the one character God is going to transform to you as you have willingly wants to make yourself to be his disciples. Number 2, disciples learn from Jesus. They learn. Matthew 11:29. Take my yoke and put it on you. Take my yoke and put it on you and learn from me, because I am gentle and humble in spirit, and you will find what? Rest. Learn from me. Take my yoke and put it on you. There are some deep words that we just read, and we just read it as if it's a history in the Bible. And it's until you meet this man, Jesus, you begin to see that every word in the Bible has a deep spiritual meaning. Learn from me. Yoke is, how do I explain it? When the Lord have yoked you, you are connected. First of all, there must be a connection before you can learn from somebody. If you're not connected to me, you cannot learn from me. If as a parent and the mother and the child is far away from his mother, that child cannot learn from the mother because he's far away. They have a distance. They have a problem. They are not together. They are not always in communication. He's not always there with him, so he cannot learn from him. You learn from what you're seeing. You see me match leg here. Oh, your daughter will look at you, say, look at how mommy do it. Look at how much. Tomorrow he will start practicing it. So all these things have a lot to do with connection. That is why you don't need distraction. As a disciple, you don't need distraction because you're learning something. If you are a handwork person and you want to learn from your master, you will always abide by him. So you always come. He will be doing it while you are washing. That is why Jesus came. He did it. Disciples were washing. And now that he has gone, his spirit is here. He's also reminding us. He said, I will put you to remembrance. You are washing. He will come and be showing you, this is what you should do. This is learn. And anything learned, once you learned it, you have known it. You don't need it. Nobody can convince you out of it because you saw it, practicalize it. You can boldly say that this is what I learned from that Jesus. So this is another characteristic God is going to put inside you as his disciple. You begin to learn. You begin to learn Jesus. You begin to learn his character. You begin to be transformed into knowing him. Okay? John 6:68-69. Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom would we go? You have words that have entered life, and now we believe. Believe. This is a keynote there. Believe. A disciple of Jesus will be transformed into strong faith, unshakable faith, a faith that is solid. You believe. Nothing will pull you out of it, not even death. Because the disciples in the Bible, you watch, most of them, they died, executed, and they were talking of what they know because of that faith. I was reading the word today, Hebrews chapter 11, about faith. This is one thing. No one can please God without belief. You cannot believe what you don't know. You cannot believe what you have not seen like that. Even if you believe what you have not seen, any other person can come and convince you. You have not met your mother. Let me just assume you were adopted. You have not met your mother. One woman come one day and say, I'm your mother. Another person can easily convince you that this how? He will give you reasons and you will drop that to your mother. Because what? You are not in close relationship with your mother. She has not been there. That is how it is with Jesus. If you have not been there, if you don't know him, if you are not connected, if you are not listening, if you are not learning, there is no how you will believe in him. Forget all these things that we shout, I believe in God, I believe in God. In Jesus. No. Among many. Among all the crowds in the Bible, how many believe? Only 12 asked. The other ones say, please, I'm not going. All the ones that he has performed with the miracles that you might experience in coming in contact with Jesus. Any little thing, you can drop it. You can drop it, your feet can wax cold. So the reason, the character that God is going to instill in you as his disciple is to build your faith in him. You will build a strong faith that no matter the persecution, no matter the trials and tests, you are still there, believing and trusting, only saying that which you know. Nothing, no one, no situation can take it away from you. And that is the only way you can please God. Disciples of Jesus are focused. Focus. Focus on Jesus. Hebrews 12:2 said, let us keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, on whom our faith depends from beginning to the end. Fix. It is the same thing with the first one. You don't need distraction. You don't need it. It must be fixed on him. He did not give up because of the cross. He did not give up. Once your eyes is fixed on Jesus, once there is no distraction around you, you cannot give up because of your suffering, because of the cross that is coming from knowing this God or from relationship with Jesus. You cannot give up. Whether they take away your job, whether your family abandon you, whether your husband hated you, whether your children left you. No matter the situation, whether all your mates is flying on the sky, it doesn't take, you will never give up. This is one character. Those are the things the Lord is building in us as a disciple. The character he wants to bring out so that we can pour it out to our spiritual children. People are watching you. People are checking you. You are being checked up. Heaven and earth, Satan and God, you are being checked up. If Jesus come as a human form, you think it's easy for him as well. Immediately you come in a mortal body, you begin to feel pain that we are feeling. And that is why the Bible says when we die, this body will decay, and spirit, you cannot feel pain again. The spirit will take over. We become spirit. So let me not deviate. Time we come, we'll talk about that one. Is spiritual deep as well. So he never gave up because of the cross. On the contrary, because of the joy that was waiting for him, he thought nothing of the disgrace of dying on the cross, and he is now seated at the right hand of God. You think because immediately you become a disciple of Jesus, the Lord will begin to speak to you about future. He's going to tell you what is awaiting you, the reward. Yes, he will tell you some part of it. So what will encourage you? What will build your faith? What will make you fix on Jesus is because of what you're going to get. Let me assume we are on the race now. Our reward is what? A golden cup. First position, golden cup. Second position, silver. Footballers, what is giving them courage? What is giving them determination? What is giving them focus on what they are doing? Because of the reward. That even though they have a sprain on their leg, or they forget their head, forget that they are dying, they will jump high. What? Because of the reward, their focus. And this is what God is expecting all the disciples to be. They knew that there will be a golden cup. They knew that is coming disciple. You that is saying that you're a disciple of Jesus. What is your golden cup? What promise has God given to you that you know that this is the race, this is what I'm going to? From the Abraham, there has been a promise. From Adam and Eve It has been a promise. There's no how you meet up with God. He will not tell you his promise. He will not tell you maybe what and what you will pass through. The footballers do not know what they are passing through. They don't know if they're going to win or be down, still running, struggling with it. And that is what God is trying to transform to us, that even as we are on this earth, no matter what is going on, why we are moving is because there's something God has promised you. Some of us, God has promised you, I will give you that, I will make you this, I will give you life. Some are supposed to die 2 years time, and God, when you meet God, you say, I'm going to, I know of a sister, affliction, diabetes, sugar, death was pricing her. In the revelation, she always saw it. That what happened to her mother will happen to her. She will die quick. She will die. In fact, she saw in a dream more and more that she is going to die, leaving her son and her properties. Her family is going to, take over the property, rejoicing. Many prizes. I told her, continue. This is the Satan's son. If you please God and become his disciple, he's going to. I don't know what he's going to promise you, but if God has given permission for that, accept it. It is hard. You can't report God. In fact, God was testing you. God said, accept it. I told her, accept it. Tell the Lord to prepare me. Me that is saying it is very difficult for my heart. It is very difficult for me. But we don't know what we are dealing with. Okay, more. The Spirit himself. But it comes to a time, she had a dream. The Lord wrote, one man came and said, I have changed your debt to 87 years. She woke up. She rejoiced. I told her, that will now encourage her to keep, because there is a promise. Yes, there is a promise. There's what is running to live up to. I told her, if you keep moving, God might even increase the years more. You never know how much God has written for you. The devil has been diminishing it because you are not standing right with the Lord. You are not a disciple of Jesus. So this is another thing that the Lord is trying to transform us, because there is a promise. It's only the promise that will make you to fix your eyes on Jesus. Some of us have not given birth. Some of us don't have children. Some of us is not married. Some, the Lord is, when you come, the Lord is beginning to, I will give you this, I'll give you that, I'll give you that. But remember, there is a cross, because the Bible recorded he never gave up because of the cross. On the contrary, because of the joy that was waiting for him, he thought nothing of dying shamefully on the cross. So when you hear that promise, maybe you hear a promise that you will have a child or you will marry, you never thought of this grace of people mocking you or saying that your age have passed or saying that look at this old mama. You never thought of it because your mind is focused on what the promise God has given to you, the joy that is going to come. When you see that you begin to deviate and get distracted by what people, the mockery, the persecution, that means you have not received a promise from God, and that will make you not to fix your eyes on Jesus or believe. So as a disciple, this is one of the things God is going to bring to you. He's going to build you. He's going to release some things to build these characters inside you. Disciples obey Jesus. Obedience. Even from the Old Testament, obedience is better than sacrifice. We're going to talk on that on short note, obedience and sacrifices. Jesus, John chapter 2 verse 5. Jesus' mother then told his servants, do whatever he tells you. Whatever obedience is not, you are not obeying because you know that this is good. As a soldier, a commandant command you to move here. You're not obeying that where he's telling you to move is a good place, is where you're going to pick roses. You're obeying because you're under authority of this commandant. So the Lord is going to teach you. Jesus obeyed God. The Bible recorded that Jesus learned obedience through suffering. So learning these things is not just like theory, it's a practical, technical. You will learn Jesus through suffering. You will learn to obey God. You will learn to be humble through some things. That's why sometimes when some people will come in contact with Jesus, they are shocked. Everything, financial bankrupts, everything, marriage will begin to scatter. The man that loves you begin to turn anyhow. The children will begin to misbehave. There is something God wants you to learn from them. And you will only learn that thing through obedience. That you want to quarrel, God will say, calm down. You saw in the, that's why I say it's important. The only reason why you should get all this character is that you must be with him. You must know him in person. You want to shout, you will say, don't shout. You want to get angry, say, don't get angry. Pray for him, love him or love her. You will like, God, is this God speaking? He is speaking. Are you sure this is the voice of the Lord? How could somebody do me something like that? And you say, and the man might even bring in another woman, or the woman might even say, forgive him. Be with him. Don't go. Don't leave the marriage. Don't do that. Don't do that. Obedience is better than sacrifice. It's better than going to perform rituals. Say you want to go and do something to make this person do like this, to do this, to make them listen. Obey the instruction of the Lord. Disobedience started in Old Testament from Moses. It was all about obedience. And the day Moses disobeyed God, but because of the people he's leading, that was the day the judgment come upon him. The Lord said, you are not moving anymore. So God values obedience more than any sacrifice. I've walked with God for so many times. God is supposed to understand. He's not there. The Lord might tell you that you're my bride today. In next month, he told you that I have divorced you. So you cannot say because God told me I'm bride, God loved me, today revelation, God loved me, God have been doing, then you mess up, you misuse your authority, you misuse your discipleship. What happened to Judas is going to happen to you. You will leave the sheepfold of discipleship of Jesus. John 14:21. Those who accept my commandments and obey them are the ones who love me. My Father will love those who love me. I too will love them and reveal myself to him. Obedience. Obedience brings more of God's revelation. You might thought you know Jesus now. Keep obeying him, his commandments, his instructions. He say move here, even though in the pit. It was obedience that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego used and they conquered. David, it was all about obedience. But immediately King Saul disobeyed God. What happened? The Lord abandoned him. Back in the Old Testament. Now Jesus have come to teach us about obedience. He humbled himself and drank the cup. It was all about obedience. Don't think you are in a discipleship hold of Jesus Christ and nothing bad will happen to you. No. A lot is going to cross your path. Heed to know God's commandment as concerning that situation. Sometimes we think God's commandment ended in the Bible. See, among the 10 commandments, I'm not doing any of them. What is the first command? What is the commandment in New Testament? Love. If you love him, God, that means there is, he say he covers every other. So you must listen to know the commandment he giving you concerning any situation or circumstance as at that time, and follow it as at that time. Keep following. And some people will think, as a woman of God, let me be pushing her, she will not say anything, or let me beat her. You know, God will beat her. A time will come, God will pack up and leave this place and leave this. I will deal with that person. And when you begin to pack up, they say, maybe she says she's a woman of God or man of God. Why is she doing like this? Why is she leaving? She should stay and endure. She is following instructions at that time. She's working with obedience. Jesus, when he entered this church, synagogue, he would have said, I'm a God. let me not be harsh. Please, you people should leave this synagogue. You people should stop doing business. Stop doing business. God, like he shaped. No, he trashed everything. That was his obedience at that time. This house is not meant for business. So, as a disciple, our obedience is not pattern. The way this person do, this is what I will do, or this is what I'm expected of a Christian to behave. No, you could act radical at a moment by God's permission. And if God is asking you to, like there are some people that come in contact with the Lord like this, when they begin to know God, there's the people that wear trousers, tie their head, no earring, no nothing, is a sin. And the Lord, I know, the Lord, my sister told them, my sister as well experienced that. She's a Charis and she don't wear trousers, but in the presence of God, God told her, please go and dress well. Put on trousers, put on shirts, be cute. She said it's not the voice of the Lord. The Lord keep pressuring her. They command every time her revelation is coming. I say, God is trying to transform you in this way. You want to break your mentality. It is not by outside appearance. Before you know it, now she wears trousers more than me. God begin to teach her the meaning of the outside appearance and the inward. I am not dealing with outside, but it does not mean you're going to be, we have control. Some people are wearing trousers. Whereas God will say, no, you're dressing indecent. Dress well. Put on some. God stopped them from trousers. Yes. So you must not apply what is happening to you to everybody. This obedience is based on personal. If you know what God, if you are hearing from God and what God have asked you to do, please obey it. Stop looking at what will come out of it, the outcome of it, or what it looks like, or how the world see that in us. Obey the command. If you love Him, God will love Him. And He will reveal Himself more. The more you obey Him, the more you see more of Jesus, more of who He is. The more He reveals Himself to you. John 15:10. If you obey my command, you will remain in my love. Just as I have obeyed my Father's command and remain in His love. If you obey the command of the Lord, you will remain in God. Will keep loving you. God loved Jesus. His Father loved Him till on the cross. Till He breathed His last. Because He lived a life of obedience. A life of obedience attracts God's love. Obedience in the will of God. Imagine when you are obeying a mere human being. You obey Him, He say do like He should do. What He attracts, He loves you. The person will love you more. Say, this one, once I call her, this one, she doesn't have problem. I don't have problem sending her message. She doesn't nag, she just do it. No matter, she will go her extra way to make sure she gives a result. Not people that will nag, but how can I do it? With this now, but I'll meet this, but I'll meet that. How much more God's obedience? You will remain His love. And the same love, disciples of Jesus, you will begin to love people. You will love people. That's another character. It makes you love Him. No, love your enemy is very hard. If you have not made Jesus in person, if you don't know Him, if you have not been commissioned to be a disciple of Jesus, you cannot love a person. Because the kind of characters and attitude of people pissed off, it surprises someone. You will say, how can I love? Oh my God. If they ask you to go and marry a native doctor as a believer, would you ever dare? You will not. You will never. You will spit. You will say, who spoke? This can never be God. But if God has made you a disciple and make you begin to love people, because how are we when God came and died for us? We are a sinner. It was His compassion that drew us to Him. So God will build that compassion inside you and make you love your enemies. You love them in the sense that you want them to stop some things. So you do everything possible. I tell somebody, say, if your child, this person you're treating like this and spitting, this person is a drug addict or something. If your child become a drug addict, what will you do? You go to any length to see if he can quit it. You go to any length, medication, physiology, anyhow, to see if he can. You will love him even at that. Take it as the love of God. He's supposed to be your enemy at that time. If he's another person's son, you would have separated yourself. So when you become a disciple, God will make you love of people more inside you, irrespective of race, tribe, wherever they are or whatever they are doing. John 13, at 4 verse 35. And now I give you a new commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another, then everyone will know that you are my disciple. John 13, 34 to 35. So that everybody will know that you are my disciple. Love one another. One another is not only just the people in our circle. Bible make us love your enemies. Disciples never did. That's what always Apostle Paul was teaching. He said, the Lord have died for all the nations, even Gentiles. He went to preach the word to his people who does not know. He told them, look at me, you know who I was, how I started, you know what I did. I was like this before now, but look at what happened. There is a way out now. That is love. Not that you will be with some people that are not doing the will, or you are clapping for that one. You see the one doing it, you are clapping for that. You don't want to make enemy of anyone. You are in between. That is spiritual lukewarmness. God said, I will spit such person out. What do you do for a sinner? To make him know. Use any, it's not every day you will be begging and begging. Use any pattern. God will give you instruction. This boils out of God speaking to you personally, making you, transforming you into these characters, making you, opening your heart to have, express this love for your enemies, that they may come to know God. Alright? So love is very important. This is one thing God, one characteristic, one transformation that disciples of Jesus must have. Love of God, love of humanity, irrespective of who they are. Love of God, love of humanity. Sometimes we misinterpret love. You thought love is all about respect. I can't see you shitting here. Every time you shit here, I'll be clapping for you and say, keep shitting. I will pack, keep shitting. Tomorrow, I will not correcting you, but if I rebuke you, it's because I love you, because I don't want you to shit here, because it's a mess. They go shit in the toilet. It is better. That is love. So you cannot see your child misbehaving and you are doing nothing, saying it's because you love him or her. That is not love. That is love of man, manly love, carnal love. So in my next class, we are going to continue on these characteristics as the Lord has called it. God bless us. I pray as you listen, may the Lord touch your heart, open your eyes and ear, and make you to learn what He's trying to teach us in Jesus' name. Amen. I remain Uchechuku Justin Obu. God bless you. Amen.